One of the interesting aspects of the Phantasy Star series is its HP restoration items. If you played the first game in any Western country, chances are the items you used to heal Alice and her companions were Cola and Burger. Cola restores only 10 HP, which limits its usefulness to the early part of the game. Here is an excerpt from the English instruction manual showing the item. Cola can also be used to obtain information from the beggars living in the streets of decaying villages. Burger, on the other hand, restores 40 HP, making it useful all the way to the end of the game. Here is how it was depicted in the manual. What not everyone knows is that in the original Japanese version, these items had completely different names. Cola was originally called Pellery Mate. Quite a curious name. Here is the illustration from the Japanese instruction manual. And let's be honest, it looks much cooler. Pellery Mate is actually a parody of a real product sold in Japan called Calorie Mate. It is marketed as a nutritious energy bar and was first released in 1983. It comes in 5 different flavors, and it's a somewhat dry bar, but it does the job of staving off hunger when a proper meal is not available. Burger was originally called Ruoginen, another parody. The real product is called Arginine V, sold by the company Giron Metz. It is a carbonated drink, essentially a type of soda. Arginine itself is an amino acid that plays an important role in cell division, wound healing, immune function, etc. Both products therefore carry the idea of something nutritious or restorative, which aligns with their function in the game. But what about the other games in the series? Well, they abandoned Cola, Burger, Pellery Mate, and Ruiginen, replacing them with Monomate, Demate, and Trimate. This was likely a simplification derived from Pellery Mate. From that point on, the localized versions also kept their original names. Also, they all seem to have become liquids, as we can see in the English manual for Phantasy Star 2. Once again, the Japanese manual looks much cooler. In both versions, the items are represented as a kind of vial. In Phantasy Star 3 looks like there's some modularity. In this image from the Japanese manual, we can see that the mate consists of 2 modules. In Phantasy Star, the vials return, once again richly illustrated. In the end, what seemed like nothing more than a simple soda and a hamburger reveals how even the most mundane items in Phantasy Star carry echoes of culture, humor, and identity. Nuances that were partially lost in translation, but remained alive for those willing to look a little closer.